All right. So we are now around here for next 40 minutes. What we will do is that I'll quickly recap things and then I will shift there. Okay, let me go back and just start. Okay, so now we have 40 minutes. We will talk more about the question and answers, anything which I can help you with. I was sharing that, okay, how I was always starting my journey with the people with whom I was mentoring, like how I was more focused on the relationship. Then there is a connection, and how I used to do a purposeful discovery with them, creating a very clear roadmap that okay, this is your weekly, this is your monthly roadmap. Slowly, if we want to do one-on-one, we will co-create something. If we are combining as a group, like 6, 7 people, we will co-create our learning journey. And then always, I was looking forward for a growth mindset. That if I am able to put the people whom I am able to mentor into their growth mindset journey, there is nothing less than that I can I that will give me happiness in this journey, right? Whenever we are on the agile coaching journey, I have lived this journey for 7, 8 years, and we all talk about highlights, experiments, moving ahead, growth mindset, right? There are so many things we don't talk about. That it's very human, that there will be high points, there will be low points, there will be plateaus, and nobody can deny that we all enjoy comfort zones. We like comfort zones. Yes, we like risk taking, but we sometimes like to be taking risk which is very calculated. My daughter, like, she's 13 years of age, but she's my critic, right? She always tells me, why do you want to be experimenting all the time? Mom, sometimes I don't want to, right? I'm enjoying this lull period, right? Luxury period. So then I thought of, yes, we all like our plateaus, right? The plateaus should not grow very wide, because then we sometimes become outdated, that we say, or we sometimes become too lazy. But we all have plateaus, and all these conscious things, when I coach my coachees, or when I mentor my mentees, right? I always tell them that, yeah, there will be a lull period at that time, right? Either you keep learning from your peers, you keep going, giving it back to the community, and then your high period will automatically come. And that is what I was sharing with all of you. This is the main crux of the framework that I have, is that we are never looking at the unknown unknowns. We also always think that we should know everything, and we should start from a know thing. The real learning starts when we are clear that okay, there are unknowns all the time. With every new competency that you will build in, it will be unknown. And then as you start becoming competent, there are two ways. Either you keep on enhancing that competency and become very skillful in that, or you keep on acquiring new competencies. So in agile coaching, I say that even if you are just acquiring competencies, they are good enough, because then you become a jack of all trades. But master of few is also very, very important. And master of few is something like that you become very skillful, and now you are confident that if anything unknown even will come, I have a competency that I can fly there, right? I can really fly there. So I always keep such competencies or such skill for me, that I can say, oh, I can fly there, right? And then sometimes oh, I have a competency, right? But I don't know, right? I don't know what I have to, and then I'm in how period. So how do you find that that competency is important? I think if you're not paid sometimes for that, will you do it? That is your passion. If things put you in flow, right, you enjoy it, right? You sometimes don't become judgmental about it. It's your passion. You find purpose in doing that. That is where I call that, this is your ikigai, right? This is the thing. Now you if you will go ahead and do it, it will be your thing. And that is what I feel about agile coaching. I feel it's my purpose, my passion, even if I'm not paid few times. I'm not saying every time, right? Professionally, I'm getting well paid, so I'm happy about it. But personally, I feel this is what I can keep doing anytime. right? You call me at 12 p.m. I will love to talk about it. All right. So what I have, how I have created all these things, I think I will not say coached 200 people, but I have been a mentor for 200 people almost in last 3 years. For first year, it was like a very one-on-one. I was open, like I was opening on LinkedIn that, okay, if you want to get mentorship, please reach out to me. And if a person will read at that time, they'll say hi, and then they will say, okay, Namrata, I want to, talk about this. I want to talk about that, and our mentoring will start. Then I am super excited that when Deepthi actually talked to me that she wanted to start a mentorship program. We did not start it in that year, but I started mentoring a few people. I think if you can put yourself on mute, there is a noise in the background. Can you put yourself on mute? Thank you. So then that was like I started mentoring one-on-one. And then exactly before the pandemic, actually, it was not in the pandemic, it was before the mentoring, I thought of, can I do a group coaching? Because I did group coaching in my profession, like in HCL, I did a group coaching for the Scrum Masters and Agile coaches. I would say it was like very 50-50. It worked. In certain scenarios, it didn't work. And I wanted to do it publicly. So that was the few things where I started. 200 people almost. Experience ranged from 3 years to 24 years. I was not able to mentor or coach the college dropped out. I tried this year, but I think I was not able to connect with them. 90%.
Namrata, this is Vijay. Maybe
Yeah,
you
hi,
can
Vijay.
mute all because you're the only person speaking. Please mute all and then you can continue. So, thanks.
Okay, so how to do mute all? Okay, I did mute all. Thanks, Vijay. So there were like almost, okay, 90% people are based out of India because I think that is a time zone thing, and then we do a lot of things on weekends, and but I am excited. I have few people from Canada, UK, New Zealand, and I do not, gather that kind of a personal data, but roughly I know there were like I was just calculating there are around 35 odd companies like people work in, and then there are like a couple of them who are consultants like freelancers. One aspect which is very close to me and which I really very strict on, we do not share anything publicly. Okay, no LinkedIn tagging. Nobody. It's like if you are part of my group, there are 5 people. Yes, you can connect with them. You can ask them if they allow you, but publicly you cannot say that. Okay, we are getting mentored in a same group. Anything doesn't go on blogs, on YouTube's, on LinkedIn. Many coaches or many mentors have asked me why. I don't know, and I feel that that gives me a privilege to give them that you are psychologically safe with me. uh, you can trust me, I can trust you, and this is a relationship. So that is where you will not see any name, any data, anything. Okay. uh, I wanted to do it to make them comfortable, and and I'm glad, right? After 5 years, I must say, after 3 years, I must say that few of them are working at a position which is like a senior to me, and I see that the success of my mentorship will be like if I'm reporting to them one day, right? I'm happy, right? They are on that growth mindset. Within this pandemic, like I think 50 or 60 scrum masters, they got their jobs, like they were laid out, and I helped them. So it is like a selfless but a very purpose driven motive that I drive through all these things. uh, my first 2 3 sessions are very different. I test them on their psychological competencies. I test them that how passionate they are about all these things. Will they be investing their time? Because I'll be investing my time. uh, how dedicated they are, how comfortable they are. Yeah, if they don't have competency, I'm not looking for that, right? If they don't have tools, if they don't have, the only thing which I'm looking forward for them is a passion. And yes, they want to be different. They want to do something different. And out of like 500 people, 300 people dropped in 2 to 3 sessions. So it's like they are coming, they are joining 1, 2 sessions. I'm telling them, do this, do that. This is assessment. This is your CV. This is how you will do that. They'll not come after 3 sessions. And I'm happy that if I'm just mentoring few, but I am actually making a difference in their life. Lesson learned. I think the success started coming when I actually made it's all about them. Like it's the people to whom I'm coaching. I just told them that I don't want to understand which situation you are in. I'm not sure whether I'm able to empathize because I am, of course, a level where I have a designation or I have a title. But yes, I can listen to you. I can correlate that, yes, and then we can move further. Probably I'm not able to empathize with you, right? Uh, I really think that genuinity and ethics, we talk about it, but they sometimes miss, right? We try to see if there is anything which we can get out of it. And this was the lesson learned, that as I was not looking to get out of anything out of it, this relationship grew like multifolds. Uh, of course, uh, I help them finding their ikigai. I don't know, how much of them are truly aligned yet because it's their journey. How much time they will take, I don't know. My top 3 observations, there are many observations, but I wanted to keep it crisp. Agile coaching becomes very, very easy when we start living it, breathing it, right? When we understand that it works, okay, yes, it works slowly, it doesn't work very fast, but it works, okay? And it works in your daily life, it works in your personal life, it works in your professional life, it works, okay? And that is where it becomes easy, it starts flowing. Uh, there is nothing which we can't learn. We can learn, yes. Someone can be slow learner in that competency. Few one can be very fast. A few competencies I was able to, pick up within a month or 2 months. Few competency I think I still today don't have. Right? I'm very very talkative. Sometimes when I say I will listen, I again start talking. I'm still learning. Right? So you will uh, find that competency slowly. Uh, Third thing is that before jumping into any role, whatever role you want to play, Scrum Master, Product Owner, RTE, Program Manager, right? Understand your personality first, right? And then play that role. Don't copy that, okay, because he is playing or she is playing, I should play that role. No, just understand that role first, what that role demands, and then play that role. Just don't play agile coaching role because it's very, very lucrative. It is. I must say, yes, it is very lucrative, but it takes a hell lot of energy and a lot of dedication, discipline, learning, lot more other things which people don't talk about, but it takes a lot of things. When I was running this dojo, okay, I run this dojo professionally as well. So like in my organization, I'm a chapter lead and I do it for them, right? There we face a very different challenges, but here the challenges that I faced were very, very different. Uh, the people, few of them were coming to me and we were talking about a quick pill, okay, and it should work fast. And if I'm giving them a value stream session, they should now be able to create their own value stream in the next session, right? It's not like that, right? I am maybe look, it's very smooth, but it's not that easy, right? So I always tell them that you will be there, but your time will come. Second, there is nothing I feel is a professional agility or a personal agility, and agile with a small a, agile with a capital A, agile with a method, or agile with a madness, right? It is actual about first agility, then your agile mindset, and then you slowly implement that agile methods, and then you grow, and then you add all adjectives, right? Then it's a lean agile mindset, then it's a growth mindset, then it's a product mindset, and then there are lot many competencies which keep on adding. But when people think that, okay, they understood agile and then they are ready now to become agile coach, then I tell them that no, there is lot to, you know, acquire competencies about. So be aware about them. We all say that, you know, as a coach, we will go and we will bring psychological safety. It takes the maximum amount of time, right? You don't feel psychological safe. I'll take a pause, Vijay. I'm ready to take a question. Yes, please go ahead.
Hi, Namrata. Yeah, I believe you are working in a consulting firm, and you mentioned that initially there are 500 like participants from the organization, and then become 200. So the top three observations you put, people start living and breathing agile mindset. So I know it's totally different for each and every agile transformation, but in your experience in this particular scenario, what are all the steps or strategies you have done to make this particular this agile mindset was implemented or achieved? Yeah, if you share your knowledge, that will be great. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. Vijay, I am not sharing anything which I done for a organization. Okay. All these observations are which I have done for community. So like these 500 people, like I picked them from community. They opted for my agile coaching dojo thing. Every quarter I was putting on LinkedIn. They were enrolling. We were discussing, and then there were like in last 3 years there were almost 500 people who enrolled, but those who continued were just 200, you know, kind of people whom I have mentored at 200, and they come from like 36 companies, variety of experience. So yes, strategies that I used, I will now show you. So you are at a right question. As an agile coach, when I started working with them, I started with first C, and that is what I always use with my teams when I go and start coaching them. I first connect with them, right? uh, you need to establish a connection. You need to do that with the conversation. Conversate with them, talk to them, right? Find out that what are they actually looking at, right? And that cannot happen without conversation. So for that conversation, there was like very simple 5 questions that I used to ask them. Uh, what role do you want to play? Why do you want to play this role? Right? And in an organization, if I'll go ahead and I'll ask is like which role you are playing in your team, and what do you think your responsibilities are for this team, right? And then all that context that they need to give me, it's very important for me to note that context. Where are they coming from? It's not like where I want to take them. It's like where they are coming from. So understand that context and then start collaboration. Collaboration cannot happen without understanding the context. Understand the context first, right? And then collaborate. So once you start collaborating with them, then you can explain them concepts about it, right? That, okay, these are the few agile concepts which you may have competency on and which you may not have competency on. And then then co-create a learning plan for them. Okay. And the next and the most important, which people think that when do I start coaching? I actually start coaching after all these steps. Coaching comes here. Coaching doesn't go like you say, hi, I am Namrata, I'll start coaching you, right? Neither in professional, not in personal, this will work. Why they will start, you know, taking coaching from me? Am I a Nityanand or a Sadhguru, right? Why they should start, you know, taking that coaching advices from me? Why they should open to me? There is a journey that we have to live. So very simple. Suppose you are talking to an agile coach. They are in that agile coach journey from last 2 years, and they want to know, Namrata, what next? I need to establish a connection that, okay, what they are looking about, and conversate. Okay, what you have done so far. What are the things that you would like to do now, right? And what are the things, you know, they are seeing, hearing, right? All that empathy map that we create for product thinking. All these things will come here. Then the context is clear, and then you start collaborating, and then we talk about options. Okay, 3 options, right? Are you very much techie? Are you very much product oriented or domain oriented? Are you people person, right? And then there are the next step of journeys that you all might have heard of, you know, Liza Atkin's book, three competencies, right? Majorly. So I always say that, okay, focus on one competency. And once you say, oh, Namrata, I have mastered this competency, yes, now the journey next moves to next. And then if they say, okay, Namrata, I would like you to, guide me on probably a safe as a competency. I'm not talking here about, right? It's a competency. If you are running and working in an organization that is using safe, right? You need to understand that. We talk about concepts, we discuss about concepts, and then we co-create a journey with them. That, okay, next 5 sessions, what you will do is that you will go through the safe website and you will read about your essential safe, right? And you will come up with your questions. Now you will go ahead and you will read about, other things. So all these things I do. And then we both commit. Okay. So commitment, it's not just a commitment from them, it's commitment from me as well, right? As a coach, how much committed I am for this, his or her growth. And then my coaching actually starts. So yes, these English C's looks very, very, fancy, but they all have a detailing to it. Every step have a lot of detailing to it. And for that, Vijay, what I was thinking that I will plan a 2 to 3 hours of session for the group, like 18, 19 people, those who have invested in it. And I can walk you through few Excels, few PPTs, right, which my mentees have gone through with me. A few of them are like very, very, I would say, coaching related, like they have deep expertise in coaching already, and they are like that. So depending upon, I think, where you are in your journey, I can take you there. Okay. Moving on to next.
Thank you, Anuradha.
Thanks, Vijay. Uh, so this I already covered, but I wanted to emphasize is that, many people ask that agile coaching, right? Free, it doesn't work. It is like uh, people are not committed when you are giving them knowledge free, right? They will waste your time and my time and all that. I feel that most important things in life when you get, right, they come to you free naturally, right? May not be, every time you need to spend a huge amount of money for them. It's like when you have that conscious mindset, you are in that moment, right? We all listen to all these great things, right? When you are in this moment, when you are ready, when nature is ready for you, you will find me and I'll find you. And that is how I have always seen things. I have always flown with the flow. This individuality of every person that I have mentored, like I must say that 80 to 90 are very, very close to me. Of course, other 110 are equally important to me, but they were not like, we were not in a coachy and a coach role, right? Many of them, each person imitable for me, right? I was not doing any force fitting for them. And now I could proudly say that many of them are coaches to me, right? I go ahead and when I am in a low period, I discuss it with them. Hey, I'm anxious, right? Today I was talking to many of my people and I was telling them I'm nervous, right? Uh, so that is a relationship, and nature gives us all those things. I'm a great fan of all these natural things. And the purpose of this entire coaching program was based on my guru's 3 advices, that love, serve, and feed. So we should love equally. It should not be like we should be differentiating. And that is what I do in my professional, in my teams. They all are equal to me. We can serve what we have, right? It's not important that every time you serve with money or with food. If you can do service with the knowledge, right? Whatever you have acquired, if even one person is getting impacted with that, right? Your service is done. That is a seva for us, right? So that was the main intention. And of course, if you can feed, right? Feed is not just by food, right? Feed a hungry learner. If I can feed them with the knowledge and they are happy and they gained out of it, I think my purpose is solved. So yes, I don't want to go deeper into this, but this is, of course, there is always a different journeys that we all go through. This is part of my that journey. Uh, uh, three messages that if you want to take from this session is, if you can't fly, just run. Even if you can just learn few things, do that. Walk, crawl, just keep moving ahead. This is a deep forest. Agile coaching is a very, very deep forest. people, sometimes you don't get that kind of a guide which can help you. But even if you are ready to see that small path, uh, go ahead and move on it. Probably after a few weeks or after a few days, you will see a different world altogether, and you will be there, right? So just don't get. Uh, why I have chosen this picture is very clear that probably after this there is no deep forest. There is a different world altogether for you. Persistence, yes, I have learned it from Dipti, right? She's good friend, but I have seen that persistence is the key, right? If you really want to achieve something, if you have a purpose and an aim, don't give up on that. Maybe you can become slow. Yeah, I have become slow many a times. There are some personal things that I have faced in my life. I went through like a very, very deep problem, right? That is fine, right? But my purpose and aim was very, very clear. And I know really great leaders, great role models I have. I keep on following them. In India, we have great coaches, Liza, Linda, Glenda, all are like, we all know them. Yes, they have achieved it over a period of time. Keep them as their role models, but you keep moving too. Uh, Writing. This I learned over a period of time. Yeah, I was not writing, which I am aiming for a lot. Documentation and documenting your thoughts, your reflections. And when I started doing it, I think I see a significant change in my coaching. The way I was working with my teams, I was helping them to visualize too deep everything, right? This was a small incompetency in me in the beginning. Like I was very much focused into document kind of a documentation, but not like writing from my mind, visualizing, which I really want to visualize. This is one thing which have helped me a lot and which I learned really hard way. But if you want to take one message from this, please take this, that start writing, start documenting. And it doesn't matter, you write on Excel, you write on paper, but write what do you want, plan, to-do lists and all that. I have a lot of things there, and we can talk about that, but that is I'll share later. We don't need magics to change the world. We really don't need a magic. We carry all the powers with us, and it is in us already. So today, if you think that you want to be an agile coach, you feel it, right? You love it and you feel it, and you have passion now for agile. Go ahead. Everything is inside, right? You will get it. Yes, probably your time and the timings may differ, but yes, you will get it. And if I can do it, that is what I tell people. If I can do it, I think everybody in the world can do it. Only you should have a love for that. And with that, thank you. Of course, my presentation is done, but I'm now open for all the questions that you want to ask me. And with one last note is that there is not a practice of life which does not bear agility within. Like we say, music, you just want to hear it, it is everywhere. Agile is everywhere, right? It's just flowing in nature. Agility is everywhere, right? We just need to open up our our mind, see it, feel it, and be conscious about it, and be clear, what we are looking at, and we can do it. Yes, if you are now thinking, uh, I'm open for any kind of a feedback. Okay, if you don't get it, if you don't like it, if you don't like me, right? This is what I ask my teams whenever I'm coaching and training them. I said that this is the feedback, and I call it a feed forward as well. That okay, yes, that will help me to move further. With this note, thank you, everyone. I will now, if there's any specific slide you want me to dig in, question answer, I am open to do
that. Hi, Namrata. Sirisha here.
Hi, Sirisha. Yeah.
It's always a pleasure to hear you. Yeah. So there is no question of no liking it. Liked it, loved it, and learned on our journey. Right. So quick question, Namrata. So See, coaching is very vast, right? If someone wants to leap into from Scrum Master role to coach role, right? So do we need to have any guidance in the working field? Like, do we need to look into how our coaches are doing, right? Is it important?
Okay, Surisha, I think I will divide your question into two things. Okay, first is if you are interested in doing coaching and giving coaching, and if you are passionate about certain type of coaching, right? So agile coaching is a very very vast area. I agree to you, right? But within an agile coaching, there is one type where we are enabling teams to adopt an agile method, right? Then it moves to a program level where we are helping leaders to help their teams to adopt agile, where it is more of a very different set of leadership coaching as well. And then as you move ahead into a portfolio coaching, right, when you are not only helping leaders to move things faster into market, getting business outcomes and the value outcomes, all those things, right? Plus, you are also helping them to get connected with their program layer and with their team layer, right? So this is a three-step journey. So now, when you are looking at a role model, which you as a coach, right, you are observe them that where they are in the journey, right? Very less I have seen, people. They say that okay, they have done it, they have lived it, and all that, but everybody have a very very different journey. So you will have your own journey, Srisha. Create your way of doing it, right? And divide it into three parts very clearly. This is a skill which I have acquired over a period of time, and this is with my experience. Second, this is a skill which I require to do this role effectively, and any role which you pick up, right? If you want to pick up a team coach or if you want to pick up a program coach, write about them. And third is okay, what next? Like, what is my bigger aim, right? There is nothing like a 1 month or a 2 month. It is always a 5 year plan. Okay, so create that 5 year journey for you. I have a 5 year journey for me that I want to be a transformation head for a 100 people coaches, right? This is my 5 year plan. I really want to double my income from every 5 years. This is my 5 year goal, right? I should have a bigger goal, bigger aim, and then I should conquer it by doing it a yearly, by doing it a quarterly, and then monthly, and then keep that aim in mind, right? uh, yes, we dream a lot of things, right? But we don't aim for them. Yes, dreams come true, but they come true when nature wants it. But aims, you will be able to achieve it when you are constantly working towards them. So create a purposeful aim and work towards it. And I can help.
Sure.
Okay.
Definitely. Thank you. So in the workspace, when we don't have such kind of role models, right? So how do we move forward?
We create our own space, Trisha. Okay, so that is what is a very very different thing, right? If people, like when I joined HCL, right, I joined it like 5 years back. Everybody was telling me that what you will be doing is you will be just writing RFPs and you will be just helping people to adopt Scrum and Kanban. I think that was like I thank that myself that I did not listen to them. I started my journey, and every time I think I create a different kind of an experience in this organization with different projects with different clients. I think only thing which I am clear is that what is the space I am looking at, like what is I want to do. And if I sometimes I have to it's like our priority journey: must have, should have, could have, right? It's not always I am always getting what I must have. I'm okay if I sometimes work on should have, could have as well, right? It's a professional, and I'm doing job for money also, right? I'm very clear on that, right? So you create your space, and if you are really passionate, there will be a space in every organization for that agile transformation. It is the thing nowadays, okay? So you will find a space there. I'm sure.
Got it, Namrata. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Sarisha, for starting this up conversation. Sam, Namrata, okay. Journal or result. Okay. Sam, would you like to ask question openly? So he has left. Anyone, any other question?
Yes, Namrata, Ritik here.
Hi, Ritik.
So I would like to know if a person assigned a job role as a DevOps transformation coach. So you say he's an agile coach, but this is the additional responsibility given. So the person should DevOps certification. So what all things a person should know, to do the job of agile DevOps transformation.
Ritik, I may not be 100% able to answer your question, but I will try my level best to do that, right? I have done a DevOps transformation with my team, right? One DevOps transformation. And when I did that, right, there were three aspects to DevOps transformation. One was like very clear, it's a cultural change. Our developers and our operation people were working always in a silos in a different thing. And it was always we versus them. I help them to come together in a team, collaborate, common backlogs, helping them to prioritize, working on a Scrum-Ban kind of a model, right? It's a way of working change and a culture, right, where we are bringing them together. Of course, my agile knowledge worked there, right? It was very, very useful. But then within the DevOps things, right, then there was a lot of tooling aspects, right? We wanted to create a CI/CD pipelines. We really wanted to embed security in. We wanted to see how we can have a better speed, right? And it was all starting from Jenkins to your Dockers to your, putting it in GitHub and then uh, putting it in AWS Cloud Foundry and all those things, right? There are many, many tools that were involved. Am I a specialist on that and am I supposed to consult on that? I clearly said it is unknown area for me. I know about technology, but I am not competent enough. May I get an SME who can help me with that? Yes, I was very clear on that. I got a DevOps SME who were helping me on the tools part of it, that how the tool configuration will happen, and they were guiding the teams that I was coaching, like DevOps teams. So that is there. Then we said, okay, from DevOps to we want to go DevSecOps, right? It means we want to shift security early in our pipeline. And then my DevOps SME said, hey, I can do DevOps, but I'm not a security expert. So what we need to do is that we need to bring in some security specialist and SME within our group who can actually guide it, right? Who can actually help us to have that all DAST, SAST, DAS, SAST kind of a things, right? How we can actually shift left, what is security shift left means, and all those aspects. So we involved our security SME. So then we actually became a group of people who were helping a team to adopt DevSecOps, where I was more of overall coach, coaching people, leaders, what is happening. I have a DevOps SME with me who was helping me on tools part of it. I had a security SME who was helping us to have a security mindset. Yes, the scenario may be different that a security SME, an expert who have worked on a DevOps tools also and is very well aware of agile coaching. If he would have come to this team, he may have said that, oh, I have an arm and ammunition for all three. I can coach, right? So he was competent enough to do that, right? He should have be aware about that. He can do it. But if the person hiring me as an agile coach and expecting me to know everything, either we did not set an expectations right? Or in the beginning I said, oh, I know DevOps, I know security and all that. Then I think I was fooling myself and him, right? So I should have set up a clear expectations that I know this, these are my boundaries, but anything beyond that, I will not be able to coach team on and I will need help. I hope I answered your question, Ritik.
Yeah, thank you. And what is the standard duration for that transformation journey? In
No,
months, weeks?
no standard duration. I think I have never achieved anything in months. Any transformation, like yes, a couple of pilots and teams we have seen that we are able to do over my overall journey experience in few months, but the entire transformation I have seen it takes years. Okay, because we are transforming. It's not like we are bringing in change, guys. Change you can bring in. Okay, change you can bring in actually daily also.